This is Vick Ballard, and you're watching the Bois podcast.
It has to be confirmed. A fake run, then throwback screen pass, and watch the effort to get in. Wow, the pylon is the end zone. Vick Ballard with an enormous effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Joe, also known as Jay-Z Productions on YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of the Bois podcast. Today, I am joined by, what is your name, sir? What is your name?
Vick, I'm Vick Ballard.
Welcome, Vick. I got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind.
Shoot him at him.
Okay. So, what are you doing, during these times of quarantine? What have you been up to?
Fortunately for me, I'm pretty much a homebody anyway, so the whole quarantine thing didn't bother me. A lot of my hobbies, include stuff I can do, inside of the comforts of my home. And outside of that, I'm a student, like I mentioned, and do a lot of homework, a lot of socially distanced learning right now. So that's basically my life right now. Hobbies in school.
Now, do you take like Zoom classes, or do you take like in person?
Yeah, I'm taking Zoom classes right now. Fortunately for me, I didn't have any labs or anything like that, so I didn't have to go to campus. But in the summer, they're transitioning back to in-person classes, so I think the Zoom classes are coming to an end anyway. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, what made you want to become a football player, and who was your biggest inspiration for football?
Honestly, man, it wasn't one person that made me want to become a football player. It wasn't really. It wasn't even one thing. When I think about it, I just always liked playing, and I didn't think about going pro until maybe my junior year of college. Because this woman had asked me, after my junior year of college, she asked me, was I going to turn pro? And I was like, man, I'm good enough to go pro. I'm good enough to be a professional. And that was the first time I had the thought. But, everything up until that point, I was always playing to, get to college, playing to, because it was fun, just, innocent motives.
Wow. And if I remember correctly, too, didn't your uncle Walter play at UTEP?
Yeah. He was definitely. So at my grandparents' house, the den was definitely like a shrine of all his accomplishments. But he lived in Canada, so I never really saw him growing up. I talked to him maybe, once or twice on the phone. I saw him once, when I was growing up, but never spent any significant time around him. So, I didn't really know him. To this day, I still really don't know him. I just, like I said, I spoke to him a couple of times, but nothing substantial. But yeah, I can't say that he was really a motivating factor, but he was definitely a presence.
Wow, I like that. Okay. Now, who's your favorite and least favorite team growing up, and do you have a favorite player growing up?
Didn't have a favorite or least favorite team that I can remember anyway. I definitely had a favorite player. It was Clinton Portis. He played for the Redskins back in the day, and Denver. I actually wore number 26 in high school because of him. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my my football. My favorite player rather. But I'm different, man. It's like I never really watched football. I never really watched football. Yeah, so like I said earlier, I just always played because it was fun. I wasn't really like a super fan or anything like that. I just really liked playing the game.
Would maybe your favorite team maybe be the Redskins or Denver, since Portis played there? Or?
Nah, man. Like I said, I didn't have a favorite team. I remember vividly. It was I was maybe in high school, maybe middle school. I can't remember, but they were playing the Eagles on a Monday night game, and it was a play where he made a great play basically, and I'm not sure if it won the game or not, but from that moment, it's like I was a fan. It's like I don't know what in particular about that run that pulled me in, but ever since from that point on, I was a Clinton Portis fan, and also it kind of helped that he was born in Mississippi. He originally from Mississippi.
Your state.
So that us having that common ground. It's like, man, that's my guy.
Well, if I ever get Mr. Portis on the podcast, I'm gonna call you up and say, "Hey, you want to join in?"
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'd be cool. That would be okay. Now, in 2010, you still have it. Still have the record for most rushing touchdowns in a single season with 19 with the Mississippi State Bulldogs. How does that feel to have that record?
It was cool. At the time, it was. So that's not the first record I've broken. You know what I'm saying? So I played in junior college. Before that, and I broke all of the rushing records there. Yeah. So when I got to Mississippi State, and I broke the single season touchdown record, it wasn't super monumental to me because it was like it was kind of like my norm. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna play good, I'm gonna possibly break records. So it wasn't anything that was like out of this world to me. But still, obviously, I'm still appreciative of it. But it was great, man. Had a lot of great teammates to help me get there.
Nice. Record breaker Ballard.
Hey, that should have been my nickname.
Okay. Now, how did it feel to win the 2011 Music City Bowl against Wake Forest and also win the MVP of that? How did that feel?
It was kind of the same, man. If you play sports long enough and you're one of the star players, you're gonna receive a whole lot of accolades. So, not saying that I was, a superstar player, but I accumulated a lot of accolades. So, one didn't really stick out more than the other. But it was obviously fun. I always tell people we should have lost that game because we had like 4 turnovers, man. It's like, if you can have 4 turnovers and still win a football game, I don't know if you're lucky or the other team is just trash. But that was probably my best game as a college football player, also. So and my last, but it was good to go out on top, win an MVP, and have the best game of your collegiate career as your last game.
Yeah, go out like with the victory, like go out in the sunset.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how did it feel to How did it feel to be drafted 170th overall in 2012 by the Colts? And was there anybody to witness it with you?
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating, man, leading up to that point because as an athlete, you kind of place yourself. You say of where you think you can get drafted at. And for me, I was thinking, on the high side, I can probably get drafted in the 3rd. On the low side, in the 5th. So once the 5th round came around, I'm kind of frustrated because, I'm thinking I should have been off the board. But a lot of times it just depends on what the team needs. And to make a long story short, like I said, I got drafted at the bottom of the 5th. And it was great, man. I had my family there. I had a little draft party. It was, it's a once in a lifetime thing, and to be able to experience it. Like that is like one of those moments where it sticks out. Like I spoke about, a lot of the accolades and accomplishments that I gained, and none of them really stuck out more than the other, but that one definitely sticks out.
Yeah. I think the Colts made a great choice because I think you were a good player when you played, Mr. Ballard.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did you have a pregame snack, drink, song, and ritual? Like, what was your?
Nah, didn't have any of that, man. I just kind of showed up and handled business, man. You have a lot of guys, they do have those rituals, but not me. I wasn't like superstitious or anything.
I remember this one guy I interviewed. He said like his ritual was like to get to the game like 5 hours before. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah, people do that type of stuff, man. It's like, especially when you get to the professional level, because it's a job at that point, and whatever you got to do to make sure you perform well, you're gonna do it, even if it takes showing up to the game 5 hours before kickoff. That's not uncommon.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how did it feel when you got the game-winning an overtime touchdown against the Titans in 2012? Like that diving touchdown. That was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Kind of like what I spoke about earlier, man. It's just kind of it was a game. It was a game. Actually, that was my first touchdown too. So if it had any significance, it would be that it was my first touchdown and not necessarily a game winner. Because it was when it happened, it was just me making a play, me doing my job. I didn't really think much of it, but the next that week it ended up being like Sports Center top 10. A lot of people was talking about it, but I didn't think I had no idea that it was gonna be everywhere like it was, but it was a good time, man. Good time in life.
Yeah, like how you your whole body basically turned to fit to the thing. Like, oh my god. It was so cool.
Yeah, man. It was just being a football player, man. You just react. Sometimes you don't think about stuff, and when it's all said and done, it's to the people that's watching. A lot of times it's something spectacular.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Yeah. Now, who would you feel like is the most exciting player / team now to watch in the NFL currently?
Man, honestly, I couldn't even tell you, man, because I don't watch football. I try to keep up with players who I play, or former teammates that I play with are still playing. But to say one team or one player, or new players, I couldn't tell you who's good. I maybe watched a couple snaps of the Super Bowl. I don't even think I watched the Super Bowl this past year, matter of fact. It's like, since I'm not in that world anymore, man, it's not really relevant to me. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not a super fan. I'm not a fan of watching. I'm not a fan of being a spectator, so I really don't watch it.
I like, T.Y. Hilton. Also, I like that guy. He's really exciting to watch.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. He's one of the players like I said, I keep up with. Just try to see what kind of year they having. I saw he just re-signed back in Indy. Never would have thought that he would be there this long. Not saying that he's not good enough, but it's just, like I said, we all came in as rookies, and you would have thought that the number one overall draft pick, Andrew Luck, would be the one that's having would end up the career coat. Even though he was, but Ty outlasted all of us.
Yeah. Well, do you think maybe Mr. Luck or Andrew will come back?
I don't know. I really don't know. Fortunately, I was visiting up there in 2019, I think, right before he retired. So I was able to see him. I went up to the facility. Had no idea that he was even thinking about retiring. But one thing that I do know about Luck, whether he's on the football field or doing whatever in life, he's going to be successful, because he's one of those players where you can't pigeonhole him as a football player. He's so much more.
Yeah, I hope he comes back. I actually liked him as a player too. I was shocked when he retired. I was like, why would Mr.
Yeah, he's man. To be honest, sometimes I feel like he has more potential to do things away from football than playing football. It's like football. Yes, he's a great football player, and a lot of people want to see him play football. But I think his real potential is out in the world. Doing other great things.
He seems like a smart man.
Brilliant, man. He's super brilliant, bilingual and everything.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know. He's bilingual. Architect graduate from Stanford. It's a lot of was the valedictorian of his high school. So
oh my
God. It's a lot of things people don't know about him on a personal level. Like I said, he's a brilliant person. So just having him go out and run away from 350-pound guys on Sunday, it's cool. It's entertainment. But like I said, it's another side to him that will be
more than football.
There's more than football that society can benefit from.
Like that. And then I also one of the greatest kickers of all time he played with, Ab Vinatieri. Oh my God, that guy was the greatest kicker.
Yeah, man, that's Father Time. He played a long time, man. I think we joked one day. I think he graduated high school in 1993, and I was born in 1990. So it's damn, man. It's he's almost old enough to be my dad, and depending on how young he got started, he probably could have been my dad, but it's just a testament to him and his preparation and his everything to have as much longevity in the game as he did. Great person too. Great person.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer in my books.
Oh yeah. It's only a matter of time. Before they they put him on the ballot. He played like 20 years, bro. Anybody that plays 2 decades in the NFL, it's like there's no question you should go in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you have a favorite band and band or artist and type of music?
No, I don't have a favorite band that I can think of. When it comes to music, I have people I like. I like J. Cole, but a lot of the things I listen to are older. Like a lot of old school R&B, a lot of old school like early hip hop. Not as much into the new stuff, as a lot of people are. Man, I kind of be in my own world, man, in my own lane, just doing me. Like I'm kind of a recluse.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, I also like older music like you. Like I like 80s music.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Me too, bro. That's like my favorite time period.
Same here. Favorite decade, the 80s.
Yeah.
Do you have a? Oops, sorry, you were saying.
No, so I just said I can relate.
Yeah. Got you, bro. Do you have a favorite food, movie, and TV show?
So I don't really watch TV either. Don't watch TV. Favorite food. I do find just eat barbecuing myself. Chicken, steak, whatever it may be. I'm a grill kind of guy. A favorite movie. I got a lot. It's maybe 2. I like. You ever heard of Superbad?
With what's his name? Jonah Hill and Michael Cera. Yeah.
Man, Superbad is so funny. Probably not appropriate for somebody that's super young, but that's a funny movie. And another older movie is called Harlem Nights. It's probably from the 80s. With Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. A lot of old, black comedians. But yeah, those two are the 2 that sticks out in my mind.
Because believe it or not, if I told you, I've interviewed actors and actresses as well on the podcast.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So you do it all.
Yeah, I've interviewed. Do you know? Have you seen Back to the Future? I'm sure you have. It's like a classic. I've interviewed Jennifer, the girlfriend of the main character.
From when he hold up, from which one though? Which movie?
First one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I've interviewed. Do you know Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong?
Yeah.
Him. Like a variety of people. You'd be like, oh my God, Joe, you got all these guys. I know.
No, that's good, man. It's the more people you can be exposed to, and it's funny that how life works. It's like you're like how you meeting all these people. They're like you never know who they know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can potentially open up other doors for you.
Yeah, you're right. Do you have if you never did football, if you never wanted to do football at all, what would your career be and what hobbies do you have?
Maybe what I'm doing now. Like I said, I'm back in school for mechanical engineering.
Oh, okay.
I should be finished next year. I always wanted to do it. So when I finished football, it was kind of like a no-brainer to me. I went back. And you said, what are my hobbies?
Mm-hmm.
Hobbies probably, like I said, I'm a car guy, so I like to really not even outside of car. I just like to tinker with things, you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing how stuff works, like I said, I like barbecuing. I like to, take my bike out on a ride. Just simple stuff, man. I'm a simple dude.
Yeah.
I don't get too extravagant. I like traveling also. Other than that, like I said, I don't get too extravagant and the things I like to do.
Well, sadly, you can't travel because you don't COVID. So, sadly, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Mexico about a month ago,
Oh,
but
well.
yeah, that's probably one of the fewer places that will let people travel. But even then, you had to like, have a false COVID test and stuff like that. There was a lot of hoops to jump through, but it was cool. It was nice to get away for a little bit.
How was it? Good? Bad? Cold? Warm? It's probably warm.
Yeah, it's Mexico. It was fun, man. I went to Cozumel, and it's a lot smaller than I thought. It's basically like just a little island sitting out there, but it was still fun. It was beautiful.
Like that. Okay. Now, if you had, like, what would your advice be if people want to become a football player? What is your advice?
There's really no secret sauce, man. It's just work hard, take care of the little things. But the one thing I wish somebody would have told me was, um, don't get caught up in being a football player. It's like don't let your identity become a football player. It's like you want to be somebody that plays football. You know what I'm saying? Because football is not forever, and once football gets taken away, like then what do you have? Like who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's kind of not the answer to that. The answer to becoming a professional football player, but I think it's just as important.
Yeah, I like that. I also like maybe you could like remember where you came from. Like remember like I mean.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Remember where you came from, because it's a lot of people probably they helped you get to the point in life where you are now.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Good advice.
No,
Now,
no problem,
do you have any questions before I ask you my last question?
no.
Okay. Now, is there anything you'd like to promote and shout out that I can link down below in the video description?
Promotion. Nah, I can't. I can't think of anybody.
Your social medias, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If anybody want to follow me, it's my name, Vick Ballard, on all platforms. I have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's about it. Yeah, I don't post a lot, but those are my. I'm on there, but I don't post a lot. So if anybody want to reach out to me, hit me up.
Yeah, hit this awesome guy up.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah. Well, I thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, and Vic, for being an awesome and amazing guest.
No problem, man. I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome. And stay awesome, Vic.
Thank you, man.